Not done makeup in almost a whole week. Bump the intro. I am the intro. Alright you guys, to prime my eyes, I'm going to be using my NYX Ultra HD Concealer in the shade Tan. I'm also going to buff that out with a nice buffer brush, a buffer concealer brush. To set below my brow, I'm going to use my Clean Colors Airy Minerals Powder Bronzer in the shade Hazelnut. And then for my transition shade, I'm going to use my Coastal Scents Hot Pot in the shade Cantelope Slice. This shade normally never shows up on my skin tone when I use a primer, but for some reason when I used this concealer, it showed up perfectly, so I guess I found a jewel in my collection. I'm going to be jumping into my Morphe 35M palette and taking this orange shade right here, and I'm going to try to blend that into my crease and kind of making that sort of a second transition shade. Taking my Amuse 10 color eyeshadow palette, I'm going to be taking the brick shade and the brown shade and mixing them together to kind of give me more of a maroonish type of more reddishy brown shade. And I'm going to stamp that into my crease all around my eye, sort of like a cut crease, but leaving the middle part a little bit bare. And then I'm going to take my Morphe M532, I believe, and I'm going to blend out just the edges, just so that it won't blend out too much and cover up all of the yellow and the orange blenderization we did earlier. Now this time we're just only going to take the brown shade and we're going to put it on top of the little mixture that we made just to make it a little bit deeper. I love the color that it gave. It just wasn't deep enough for my liking. I really wanted this color to stand out. And then I'm taking that orange that we put for our second transition shade. I'm just going to reinforce that color because it kind of can get a little lost when you're blending a little bit too much. With this more reddish brown, we're kind of going to mesh together the orange and the brick shade that we put on our crease, just to give it a little bit more dimension. And then I'm also going to take the yellow shade that we used in the beginning just to blend out the edges. Then I'm going to take my Flossy Burgundy palette. I'm going to use that burgundy shimmer shade right there in the middle, or on the side, or wherever it was at, and putting it right in the center of my eye. And yes, you guys guessed it, this is supposed to be a dupe of Kylie Jenner's Burgundy palette. I've had this for a while now. I just happened to find it in my collection. Now to prime all of my oily areas, I'm going to use my Becca Evermatte Priming Pore Perfector. I'm going to put that just in my oily areas. And then for my dry areas, I'm using my Too Faced Hangover RX Coconut Primer to color correct my little mustache area, my 12 o'clock shadow. I'm going to use my e.l.f. Dark Circles color correcting stick in the color orange. And then for my foundation, I'm using my favorite foundation, and this is the L'Oreal True Match in the shade Soft Sable. This is just the best. Now I'm going to take the same NYX concealer that I used for my priming on my eyelids. I'm going to just highlight my face. Here I was torn between my Sasha and my Black Radiance setting powder, but you guys already know that Sasha made the cut for this particular video. I'm gonna go ahead and set all of the areas that I concealed and let that bake. Jumping into my lash stash, I'm going to take my AliExpress E12 lashes. Went ahead and applied the lashes off the camera because y'all know I'm still on rookie status. I'm going to go ahead and wipe off the bake that did not want to budge on my face, and also put some powder on my nose, which I forgot. I'm going to take my L'Oreal True Match powder in the shade N7 Classic Tan, and I'm going to go over all the places where I baked so that it won't be such a harsh line. Then I'm going to take my Amon Press powder in the shade Earth Dark and kind of bronze my face so that I won't look so bright. I'm going to take these last two dark shades in my Ellen Tracy contour palette, contour book, I'm going to go ahead and chisel out this face, make me look snatched without the, you know, surgical nonsense. Then I'm going to take my orange blush from the same palette and apply my blush. I wanted everything to be pretty much monochromatic for this look. And guys, if it sounds like I'm whispering, I definitely am. It is 7 o'clock in the morning and my niece is still sleeping. I don't want to wake the princess, so yeah, just try hard to listen. I'm going to take the same dark contour shade from the palette only, and I'm going to contour my nose and under my lip to give me a bigger pout. And I'm going to blend out my nose with a nice little brush with some of my face powder. To highlight, I'm going to take my e.l.f. highlighter in the shade Apricot Glow, I believe. I'm going to apply it all to the high points of my face. This is more of a peachy champagne-ish highlighter. It looks sort of like a duochrome. In some lights it's golden, and in most lights it is like a peach, but it's beautiful. I'm going to take that orange shade that I used for my transition. I'm going to put that on my bottom lash line. I'm going to smoke that out even more with the Cantelope Slice Yellow shade that we used in the beginning. I'm going to take that e.l.f. highlighter and put it in my inner corners. To line my lips and get ready for a lipstick, I'm going to be using my Rimmel Lasting Kisses lip liner in the shade Coffee Bean. For my lip color, the first lip color of course, I'm going to be using my NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Abu Dhabi. I'm going to blend that in, and also I'm going to add on the outer parts of my lip the same line, but I think this is the shade Canes or Canes. And then to top that off, I'm going to use my ABH lip gloss in the shade Amber, and I'm going to just reline my lips so that it won't be so, you know, right and out of place. And to top it all off, I'm going to set my face with my setting spray, and you guys, that is the finished look. I really love how this came out, honestly. I came into this thing not knowing what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to be very festive and very bright and bold and glam. If you guys enjoyed today's look, please do not forget to give your girl a big thumbs up, and of course subscribe to the channel. Make sure to shoot me a comment and also vote on the poll for the next video. I love every single one of you so much. But until next time, you know your crown already may tilt, but of course you will never let it fall. Stay gilded, my love bugs.